Live on YouTube. Starting us up on Rumble. Oh, whoops. Not okay. Well, we're recording on Rumble. Well, we're not live on Rumble because I forgot to input the thing. So I guess we'll just live stream this. Anyway, welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. This show is about interesting and important events that occurred on this calendar date in years past. Sorry for my sporadic. I've been having a really rough day. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU, thank you for so much in coming in and watching us. Today is, what is today? Thursday, aka Thursday, January 15th, 2026. Let's get into the show today, shall we? Starting us off in the year 588 BC, Nebuchadnezzar II of Babylon laid siege to Jerusalem during Zedekiah's reign. The siege lasted until July 23rd, 586 BC.
Nebuchadnezzar, that was
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar, that was the ship in the
Matrix, named after Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the connection.
No, there's like well, Morpheus, Neo, Trinity, like they're all all names.
Really?
Well, like Morpheus, I don't remember his exact name, but Neo means new. Neo in Japan means new, but Neo like just generally means new and everything. And Trinity, the Holy Trinity. Like everybody's names in every ship, everybody had a meaning in that movie. Moving on up to 69, Otho seized power in Rome, proclaiming himself emperor, only ruled for 3 months before committing self-deletion. I guess the pressure got too much for him. Well, no, he left the world.
It doesn't say that, but yeah, I got it.
708, Sisinnius began his reign as pope, but died just 20 days later. Okay. Everybody's dying today.
Jeez.
What's going on? 910, one of the last known Maya dated monuments, a stela from the city of Itazumi, modern Guatemala, I guess. Oh, this is, I guess, a picture of the siege of Jerusalem right there. And this is a picture of, like, whatever that was talking about. This is something that was found in there. That Mesoamerican thing. It was a weird way that this was written. It just says, one of the last known Maya dated monuments. Oh, I guess this is like one of the last known monuments with a date or something. I don't know. This is written weirdly.
Yeah. Down in Guatemala.
Yep. 946, Caliph al-Mustafi was blinded and ousted. Makes me wonder why. What happened? 1535, King Henry VIII declared himself as head of Church of England. Okay. 1541, King Francis I of France commissioned Jean-Francois Roberval to settle the province of New France in Canada and provided for the spread of the Holy Catholic faith.
Jeez.
Yep. 1582, Russia ceded Livonia and Estonia to Poland and lost access to the Baltic Sea.
I wonder why they did that. Probably forced to, I guess.
Yeah, the Truce of Yam-Zapolsy, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth took Livonia and Estonia. Well, didn't no, that wasn't Poland. That was somewhere else. More recently, 1600, French King Henry IV granted military captain Pierre Chauvin de Tonnetuit a 10-year commission for the fur trade in New France. He went on to found the doomed colony of Tadoussac.
Doomed colony.
Yep, it didn't live. 1759, British Museum opened at Montagu House in London. All right. Oh yeah, here's King.
Goes back a ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, and here's a picture of it.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
That was all museum, you think?
Well, I don't know, but this is where it opens.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it is. It says the British Museum or late Montague House. So, I guess a former residence of the bourgeois.
Yeah.
So after the French Revolution, that makes sense. In 17. Well, no, that is British. So what am I talking about? The bourgeois. 1759 as well, Voltaire's satire Candide was published anonymously in 5 editions in 5 countries to scandalous acclaim, and this is the estimated date. So it's not certain that this is when this happened, but this is when it is believed most likely.
I hope they got it in the same year, the right year.
Yeah. 1762, Francis Tavern opened in New York City, and I wondered if it still exists, and this might be an AI photo. I don't even know anymore. Everything's AI anymore. So, but let's just check this out on...
So the first floor would be a tavern then.
Yeah. Okay, Francis Tavern, historic building in Manhattan, New York, so it's still around. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I wonder if it's still operating as a tavern, though.
Well, that's the big question. I was just going to say, I'd like to go have a beer there.
Yeah.
But if they're not there, as a tavern.
Well, remember, this is New York City. It'll probably cost you $84 in your left shin.
Well, yeah.
So, 1777, during the American Revolution, people of New Connecticut, I couldn't pronounce that, present-day Vermont, declared independence from England. All right. And 3 years later, 1780, U.S. Continental Congress, or I guess the American Continental Congress, before we became the U.S., established the Court of Appeals, because we weren't officially United States until the 1790s.
Yeah.
1782, Superintendent of Finance Robert Morris addressed the U.S. Congress recommending the establishment of decimal coinage and a national mint. That reminds me.
Change. Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
That reminds me, I still have that lucky penny from that one time that you gave me.
Ah.
So, I'm not even sure if you remember.
I don't.
Wow. Yeah, like I don't even remember exactly, but you said something about lucky penny, and then you're like, keep it in your wallet rather than your pocket, and I've kept it in there ever since. So, 1784, the Asiatic Society was founded by William Jones at a meeting in Calcutta's Fort William, India. Calcutta. 1784, we got that one. 1797, first top hat worn by John Eaterton of London. All right, that's this.
Ah.
This is the very first top hat.
Wow, I wonder how he came up with that style. You know, that's wild.
I looked into this, and he wanted to look unique. He wanted, like, he was going to a party.
Say he wanted to look taller or something.
Well, he was an haberdasher too, so he made it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but he wanted to be different. And actually, it looks like there's some. Hold on a second. There's a picture here. Let's see. Can I open this a new tab and give me? Here we go. Okay, that's a semi-decent picture.
Different styles of top hats.
Yeah, the Wellington, the Paris Beau, the D'Orsay, and the Regent. And look at how far they scoop in the front, though. But these are different. This is 1812. 1815, 1820, and 1825. And what year was this? 1797. Wow.
They had to establish.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight.
True. But what's funny is there's a picture of him with his wife. His wife just does not look happy about it at all.
You wearing that?
Yeah. 1815, we don't worry about that. 1818, a paper by David Brewster was read to the Royal Society, belatedly announcing his discovery of what we now call the biaxial class of doubly refracted crystals. On the same day, Augustin Jean Fresnel signed a supplement submitted 4 days later on reflection of polarized light. I don't know what that means, but it sounds important, so I put that in the show.
Yeah.
1831, the first U.S. railroad honeymoon trip, Mr. and Mrs. Pearson, Charleston, South Carolina. Well, congratulations and good luck on your marriage. So, 1831, the first U.S.-built locomotive to pull a passenger train made its first run. So this happened on the same time, so this has to be the same one. So not only is it the first U.S. railroad honeymoon, but it's the first one on the first U.S.-built locomotive to pull a passenger train. It has to be.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean,
that's too much of a coincidence to be a different line.
I mean, they're two different like articles. So this one could have been from an engine made outside the U.S. So they could be two different articles. I wonder if anybody can dig into these two and see if they are, of the same event. 1844, University of Notre Dame received its charter in Indiana.
Yeah. Indiana.
Yeah. Why? Where are they now?
Huh?
Where are they now?
No, they're in Indiana.
Okay. 1847, first Swedish magazine in the U.S. Scandinavia, published in New York City. All right. 1857, the first class game in Sydney, New South Wales versus Victoria at the Domain.
What is that?
You know what it is? Yeah. 1861, steam elevator patented by Elisha Otis. Now, what's interesting about the elevator is that now Otis invented the elevator and all that stuff, but I don't remember who exactly it was, but somebody had built a building with a circular, what would turn out to be an elevator shaft. He didn't know what he was making, but he knew something was coming to replace stairs or make a better way, because as buildings got taller,
Yeah.
nobody wants to climb 87 flights of stairs.
No.
So the elevator shaft was invented before the elevator.
Ah.
It's pretty interesting. Now,
Yeah.
the steam elevator, as you can see here, is square. And as I said, the elevator shaft, the first one was circular. So as I said, they didn't know exactly what was coming, but they knew something was coming. So, and isn't that cool? Look at that motor and everything. So.
You really want to get in that?
Yeah, 1863, first U.S. newspaper printed on wood pulp paper, Boston Morning Journal. And yeah, this is it. Here we go. This is the Boston Post. What I like about this one, though, is this is Saturday morning, February 14th, 18-something. So, it's my birthday.
Oh, yeah. I didn't register.
On a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
That would have been great. 1865, Second Battle of Fort Fisher. Union Navy bombarded Fort Fisher, North Carolina, allowing Union troops to capture Confederacy's last remaining seaports. That's the end of it. So, 1867, 40 people perished when ice covering the boating lake at Regent's Park, London, collapsed.
Ooh.
That's not good. And 1870, donkey first used as a symbol of the Democratic Party in Harper's Weekly. Political cartoon for the first time symbolized the Democratic Party with a donkey. A live jackass kicking a dead lion by Thomas Nast for Harper's Weekly.
Okay.
What is this? This is some kind of
explosion in the background.
Something. Oh, I guess this is the battle. Or this was some battle or something. But I have
there
this.
It is.
Yeah. So, yep. 1867. We got that one. 1876. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. Die Afrikaans Patriot, the first newspaper in Afrikaans, was published in Paarl. All right. 1882. First U.S. ski club formed in Berlin, New Hampshire. I didn't even know New Hampshire had a town called Berlin.
I didn't either.
Now we do, and that's where the first U.S. ski club.
They have a ski club, huh?
Yep. 1882, French explorer Jules-Nicolas Stuyvesant was the first European to discover an Inca city near Salta, northwest Argentina. 3 years later, Wilson Bentley photographed his first snowflakes with a camera attached to a microscope in Jericho, Vermont. And that's what this picture is here. It has various examples of his different snowflakes.
I wonder if that's him actually setting up to take a picture of a snowflake.
Probably not, because there's no snow on the ground.
True.
But, probably the camera he used. So, what else do we got here? 1886, Weekly Herald, the first newspaper in Vancouver, British Columbia, published its first issue. Yep. 3 years later, 1889, the Coca-Cola Company, then known as the Pemberton Medicine Company, was incorporated in Atlanta. And, really interesting how it was, founded by, what was that, 1889? So, wow, it's not even on the main source here. But how that company, came out to say, be less white, and it was invented by a white man, kind of shooting themselves in the foot, So, in 1892, the rules of basketball are first published in Triangle magazine, written by James Naismith. James Naismith.
I thought it was Nathan.
Naismith.
Nathan. Okay.
Well, let's look at the. Let's see here. This was 1892. So, right here, James Naismith. Right here. You might be having a Mandela effect.
Naismith, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Then a basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Something to do inside.
Yeah. You see, a literal basket.
Yeah.
Like not even a hole in the bottom, but a literal basket.
They put it up there, and then whenever one went in, they had a ladder and went up and got it.
That must have been a pain in the ass. 902, Abdulaziz ibn Saud led 40 men over the walls of Riyadh and took the city, beginning the Third Saudi state. Yep. He formed Saudi Arabia through blood and conquest. So much for the religion of peace. 907, the 3-element vacuum tube patented by U.S. inventor Lee DeFrost. All right. And I actually, I thought I had some pictures of it. Apparently not. Oh well. 1907 as well. Gold dental inlays were first described by William Taggart, who invented them. All right.
What do I mean? Prescribed or what
Described.
Described.
Yes.
So they're describing it?
Well, he invented them. He's describing his invention.
Okay.
Gold
okay.
dental inlays.
Yeah, no, I got that part. What's the significance of describing it?
Well, I mean, this is when the very first
Became known.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the whole point. Like, it's not as if this is a significant moment in history. It's just, hey, when did people ever want to start putting gold in their mouth?
Yeah.
Well, as far back as 1907, for gold inlays, that is. 1908, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority became the first Greek letter organization founded and established by black Stadian women, established by Ethel Hedgeman and 15 other students at Howard University in Washington, D.C. All right. 1910, constructions ended on the Buffalo Bill Dam in Wyoming, United States, which was the highest dam in the world at the time at 99 meters or 325 feet. 1 year later, first airplane bombing experiments with explosives in San Francisco. So we have.
I was going to say they hand dropped them.
Yeah, and I had two pictures actually. I had this one here, which is rather small, but you see how some of them they just lowered, they just let go. Sometimes though, you chuck them. You're like, Hwah! So
take that.
Yes. From Paris with Love. 1911 as well, Palestinian Arabic language Palestine newspaper was founded. All right. And 1915, Japan claims economic control of China. That's Yep, they want everything. 1919, Rosa Luxemburg and Karl Liebknecht, two of the most prominent socialists of Germany, were tortured and murdered by the Free Corps at the end of the separatist uprising. Yikes. 1919 as well, 2 million gallons of molasses flooded Boston, Massachusetts in the Great Molasses Flood when a storage tank burst, drowning 21 and injuring 150 others.
Are you kidding me?
No, you didn't know about the molasses flood? Yeah, here's a picture of it right here, just an artist rendition, like a tank, and just pop. Now, obviously, nobody has a house that close to a tank, so this is a fake picture.
Yeah.
But I want to actually image search this because there's a lot of pictures of devastation. I mean, like a whole superstructure up here, metal twisted and mangled, and you can see all it's all molasses.
Jeez.
Look at this. Another picture here. That's all molasses. You can see all the debris in there.
Wow.
Like a flood. It was a flood.
Yeah.
And people died. More artist renditions of it in the streets. And it's said to this day you can still get a faint whiff of it. So, 1919. What else do we got here? We got that one. Pianist and statesman Ignace Paderewski became the first premier of Poland. All right. Yeah. 1922, Arthur Griffiths was elected president of the Irish Free State after Eamon de Valera resigned in opposition to the Anglo-Irish Treaty. De Valera will lead a military opposition seeking a unified and independent Ireland. Free Ireland already, 27, Tennessee Supreme Court overturned on a technicality John T. Scopes' guilty verdict for teaching evolution in the Scopes monkey trial, but law itself remains in force. So, teaching evolution.
You can't teach evolution.
1932, record snowfall of 2 inches fell in Los Angeles, California. Whoa, look at that. Yeah.
That's a rarity.
Yeah. 1934, an 8.4 earthquake in India and Nepal killed 10,700 people. We have, it struck Nepal and Bihar with a maximum Mercalli intensity of 11, extreme, causing the deaths of an estimated between 6,000 to 10,700 people.
My goodness.
Yeah. 1934, New York Yankees slugger Babe Ruth, during the end of his illustrious career, signed a 1-year contract worth $35,000, represented a pay cut of $17,000 for the Babe. So he took a pay cut. And just for hee-haws, $35,000 in 1934 money, what would that
Still
equate
not
to?
gonna match anywhere near what they get today.
What year was that? 34.
34. Maybe about 800,000, 900,000, maybe $1 million, no more.
We'll see. Calculates $846,587.31 a day. Wow, that's nothing.
It is nothing compared to what they get today.
Whoops, I didn't.
Thank you, free agency.
Huh.
That's what sparked all that. baseball clubs have to compete with each other to get players. Hence the price goes up. Now they're making $30 million a year.
Ridiculous. Well, that's only if people keep buying tickets.
Yeah.
You know, if we want it to stop, we the people need to make it stop. 1934, while robbing the First National Bank in East Chicago, Indianapolis, John Dillinger was shot several times by Officer William O'Malley, but survived because he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Oh.
Yep. Good old Dillinger.
So was he apprehended then or not?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Someone let us know.
1924, he was convicted of assault and battery. Okay, yada, yada, yada. 1934, yada, yada, 1934. Oh, wait, no, yeah. It's in July of 1934, so July. So it's coming up.
Okay.
He was tracked to the Biograph Theater in Chicago, outside of which he was shot and killed by federal agents. So, he also escaped from jail using a fake gun. And he went plastic surgery. They had plastic surgery? Well, I guess, yeah, they did. Because it was invented around the time of the Civil War. For vets, you know, because they lost pieces of their face. So, let's see here. 1935, 300 Dutch ice cream vendors protested against Italian competition. Well, maybe you should make better ice cream. You know? I mean, you don't like to live by the gelato, so you're going to die by the gelato. Come on. 1936, first all-glass windowless structure in the U.S. completed in Toledo, Ohio. I have to look at this here.
Glass structure.
Yeah. Built for the Owens, Illinois Glass Company. So, of course, they're probably going to want to showcase their own glass building. Why is it showing me a picture of the Pentagon? That's weird. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so that's this building. So, just a straight up... It looks like nothing... nothing substantial. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. We have two different buildings going on here. We have this weird office block, and then we have this rainbow monument. Which one? It has to be this one. So this is all glass. I wonder, is it even still around, though? Probably not. I'm not even going to look it up. What else do we got here? We got to keep the show moving here. 1936, Horace Stonehelm was elected president of the New York Giants Major League Baseball franchise, succeeding his father, Charles, remaining president for the next 40 years, presiding over a move to San Francisco before selling team in 1976.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. Yeah, that was a biggie. Dodgers here and then the Giants up there.
Yep. 1936, nonprofit Ford Foundation Incorporated. 37, Spanish Civil War, Second Battle of the Coruna Road ended after both forces withdrew. They both suffered heavy losses and withdrew, so I guess it was a nothing victory or a loss or whatever.
Stalemate.
Yeah. 1942, Chicago Cubs dropped plans to install lights at Wrigley Field because of military's need for materials. Took 35 years before lights finally installed at the venerable ballpark. So they opted to wait 35 years because of a war.
I didn't know they had lights there finally.
Yeah.
I thought the big deal was that they don't have lights, but I guess in the 70s they put it in, huh?
Yeah, well, they didn't, because in 42 they dropped the plans to put them in, and then 35 years later...
So that makes about 78, 77?
When they put them in?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1942, U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt sent his famed green light letter to MLB Commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis, encouraging baseball to continue playing during World War II. Well, you know, you got to keep the peasants in line, you know, with the circus. Give them bread and entertainment, and, you know, keep them under the thumb. 1943, 1,000 workers completed air conditioning system for the Pentagon. And we also have the world's largest office building, the Pentagon, was completed in Arlington County, Virginia, dedicated to house the U.S. military. And in between those two, for some reason, I don't know why it was in between those two, so I'm going to put that over there. 1943 as well, the first transport of Jews from Amsterdam to concentration camp Voet.
Man.
Yep. 1944, European Advisory Commission decided to divide Germany. Yep. Well, they got to figure out what to do after the war, almost if they already knew that they were going to win, as if it was planned. 1944, General Eisenhower arrived in England to take up his command as Supreme Commander of the Allied Expeditionary Force. So this is when he became the big guy.
Yep, head guy.
44, Voet concentration camp put 74 women in one cell. 10 of them died.
Jeez.
Wow. 74 women in one cell. I mean, like...
That's horrible.
I mean, a cell cannot be that big, you know.
I wouldn't think so. I don't know what those cells were, but
I mean, I can't imagine a cell being bigger than this room, and I can't imagine 74 people being in here, let alone something half the size, or whatever they considered a cell, or would it be like an entire long bunkhouse? Would that be a cell?
Idea.
Or
No. Well, the 10 died. They squished them in there.
Yeah. 1945, every Amsterdamer got 3 kilograms of sugar beets. That's pretty sweet. We also have the Red Army freed the Krakow-Plzew concentration camp, so some good news.
Yeah.
I mean, a silver lining to a black cloud that was the Holocaust. At least it's ending, you know?
And exposed.
Yeah. 1945. Well, I mean, they already knew. I mean, people in the States, like, there's been a whole thing about the misconception of people not knowing. They knew completely well what Hitler was doing. They just didn't care. You know?
got to tip your hat to Eisenhower, who wanted the major politicians to see it firsthand. They made them go to these, got them over there and made them go to these
camps. Yeah.
Camps.
Well, I mean, if you ever see the movie, not the movie, but the show Band of Brothers, there's this one episode where it's all about relieving a camp, and oh my God, like I got to show you at least the first couple minutes of it. I know it's chilling to the bone, but you know how realistic these guys get.
Yeah.
It's realistic. What else do we got here? In 1945, the Manhattan Project's G5 group, headed by physicists Donald Kirst and Sid Niedermeyer, took their first Beatron pictures of a nuclear implosion at the Los Alamos laboratory. Yep. We saw that movie, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
1947, the brutalized, dismembered corpse of Elizabeth Short, the Black Delilah, was found in Lehman Park, Los Angeles, California. Yep.
That sounds awful.
You don't remember the Black Delilah murder?
No.
Wow. 1950, 4,000 attended a National Emergency Civil Rights Conference in Washington, D.C. 50 as well, Red Wings rookie goalie Terry Sawchuk recorded his first of 115 career NHL shutouts as Detroit defeated the New York Rangers 1-0 at Madison Square Garden.
His first one, huh?
Yeah, first of 115.
15, that's a lot.
Yeah. 1 year later, in 1951, Asa Koch, also known as the Bitch of Buchenwald, was sentenced to life imprisonment by a West German court. Never heard of them, but that's an interesting name. 51 as well, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled clear and present danger of incitement to riot is not protected speech and can be a cause for arrest. But who dictates what's a danger?
It's the old yelling fire in a theater,
Yep.
Can't do that.
Yep. But this gives the United States basically the authority to crush down anyone they so please, as long as they provide the adequate excuse. I mean, look at the world around you.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that.
53, a 16-car Federal Express train lost brakes and crashed in Washington, D.C. Now, that can't be FedEx. So, like, what do you mean Federal Express train? Or is it like a federal government?
It's not FedEx.
No.
It's probably the name of the line, Federal Express train or something. I don't know. 53 as well, East Germany's first Minister of Foreign Affairs, George Darrington, was arrested for espionage, beginning a purge of senior officials accused of spying for imperialistic powers and plotting against the state. Yikes. We also have 1955, USSR ended a state of war with German Federal Republic. Yep. Good.
Yep. 1957, Brooklyn Dodgers extended their 5-year lease on Ebbets Field by signing a new 3-year lease with real estate developer Marvin Crater. Club moved to Los Angeles the next year.
I know. I was going to say, wait a minute. They didn't last the 3 years there.
Yeah.
They were out here in 58.
Yeah, you're just talking about pretty interesting how we went over that article that had you talking about the Dodgers moving and then the Giants and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's on the anniversary.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact year anniversary, but pretty wild. 1958, New York Yankees announced that 140 MLB games to be televised on WPIX TV this season, and a deal over $1 million. Dang. 1962, Battle of Arafura Sea, Dutch destroyers intercepted and destroyed 3 Indonesian torpedo boats attempting to land Marines on the territory of Netherlands New Guinea in Etna Bay as part of the Soviet-Indonesian Operation Tricorda. Wow, so they were trying to land boots on the ground over there. Pretty wild. 62, Coco the Clown, Nikolai Polyakov was the subject of the BBC TV program This Is Your Life. Which reminds me of another thing, like there's another video, this one guy who rescued like several dozen Jewish children, and they had him on like some Maury Povich show or whatever, and you know like they had they had him up on the stage or whatever, you know, talking about how he saved him, and all the kids who are now grown up, if I think all of them that were still alive, they were all in the audience. And they all stood up. And he just, you know. Actually, I gotta.
I remember you talking about that once before.
I gotta look this up now that's in my mind. Hold on a second. Guy who saves many Jewish children talk show.
Yeah, you talked about that.
Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Okay.
Yeah. All the letters.
Showed me.
Back here.
Pardon me, I'm just going to play this entire video.
All the children. This is Vera Diamant, now Vera Gissing. We did find her name on his list. Vera Gissing is with us here tonight. Hello, Vera. And I should tell you that you are.
He didn't even realize she was sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And it was just so wonderful, so terribly, terribly touching.
I just watched. I know this is off the subject. I just have to show this because this is tremendous.
Is there anyone in our audience tonight who owes their life to Nicholas Winton? If so, could you stand up, please?
Look at him. He's right there. Look at him. Just look at him. Holy, he just saved half that room.
Yeah.
He saved by himself. Well, not by himself, but you know, whatever. He saved half that room.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine the overwhelming love you must feel in that moment?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna keep on going. I'm getting teary-eyed here. But yeah, no, Coco the Clown, you know, he was one of the, if not the most famous clown, you know, in all of history and everything. So this was the subject of that TV program, you know, This Is Your Life.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Another interesting thing in history. Moving on up, Europe's oldest surviving manuscript, the Dervini Papyrus, a commentary on an Orphic poem from 340 BC, was rediscovered in a tomb in Dervini, northern Greece. Incredible. Mm-hmm. 64, MLB executives voted to hold a free agent amateur draft, officially known as Major League Baseball first-year player draft in New York City. You were just talking about free agents and everything.
Yeah.
So this sounds like this is the start of that, too.
This is drafting them, putting up a structure to take college kids or high school kids, whatever.
Yeah. 1964, San Francisco Giants make champion outfielder Willie Mays the highest paid player in baseball when they signed him in a new $105,000 per season contract. All right. 64, Teamsters negotiate first national labor contract, but what country? Teamsters for what? For who?
It's got to be us, I would think.
Not necessarily.
No, I know not necessarily.
Yeah. 1965, Brunswick Records released a single I Can't Explain by British rockers The Who in the UK, their first after changing their band name.
Oh, I wonder what they were before.
You know what? Let's look that up here really quick. What was The Who's name before? How did The Who get their name? Okay. Comes from the mind of Pete Towns, yada, yada, yada. Well, I don't want to read an entire bibliography, but, well, it's not going to tell me their original name here. If anybody can let us know, because we got to keep going for the sake of the show, let us know in the comment section what the original name of The Who was, and I'll look it up after the show, but we got to keep going. 65, one of the biggest trades in NBA history. San Francisco Warriors sent Wilt Chamberlain to the Philadelphia 76ers for Connie Dierkling, Lee Shafter, Paul Newman, and cash.
Dumbest thing they ever did.
Paul Newman, is that the same guy who does like the Newman O's and Newman's Own and all that stuff, or is that a different Newman?
I don't know who the Newman you're talking about.
Like, it makes the non-profit food.
Paul Newman, the actor?
Well, this just said Paul Newman.
Yeah, no, that's not the same guy.
Oh,
no.
that's well, okay. That's what I was asking. Is this the same Paul Newman or not?
Yeah.
So no. 66, the first Nigerian republic led by Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was overthrown in a military coup d'etat in Kaduna, Nigeria, and Emmanuel Ifinjuala, the Prime Minister of Nigeria, and other senior political and military figures were killed.
Ooh.
Yikes. 1 year later, in 1967, Rolling Stones appeared for the 5th time on The Ed Sullivan Show, reluctantly agreeing to alter the lyrics of Let's Spend the Night Together. No, they should have told them to stick it up their tailpipe. That's censorship.
Yeah.
You don't like the song for what it is, but
don't have them on.
Simple.
Don't have them on. You got to do the original.
But see, this is a way for them to, erode the shoreline of the human spirit. So,
I know. When the Doors were on the Ed Sullivan, they did the same thing to him.
Yeah.
They made him change the words, and then when they were on live, of course, Morrison didn't change it. He even emphasized
High five for Morrison.
Then they came back, oh, what'd you do? You'll never be on Ed Sullivan again. He just looked at him and said, we've already been on him.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Exactly. See, that's how you fight the system. Don't care. 1968, Minnesota North Star forward Bill Masterson died 2 days after suffering a head injury in the game against the Oakland Seals. The only death as a result of a game injury in NHL history, at least directly correlated. There's a lot of that brain injury stuff that's been going on and everything, and I saw something. It's so heartbreaking. This guy's fully grown, obviously. She's an adult, but this guy's daughter looking after her slowly. Her dad is
deteriorating.
Yeah, because of all the trauma and everything. It's like, was it really worth it? Because now you're putting your daughter through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it really worth it? No. I don't want to say things like football and stuff should be banned, but society, we need to stop with the laws. We need to stop with the bans. We need to stop with society needs to set the standards. We need to stop giving the power to the government and the system. We need to make our own power. We need to stop supporting this. Stop buying tickets to the game. Stop financially supporting things that hurt people. Come on.
Okay.
1970, Muammar Gaddafi was proclaimed chairman of Libyan Revolutionary Command Council, de facto head of state. Now, maybe he was a bad guy. I don't think he was a good guy.
No.
But, based off of our media, what they say, we only know what we're told. And from what I know, is that he was trying to get Libya back onto a gold standard, to get it off the petrodollar, off of the U.S. dollar. Well, the powers that be don't like it. So, of course, they're going to say that he's a dictator, and he's this, and he's killing his people, while... who's to say that it's not the U.S. killing the people and saying it's him to validate everybody? What I'm saying is that he was trying to go against the grain, and the system did everything in their power to demonize him. Maybe he was a bad guy, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. But what I do know is he was trying to go against the system, and he was killed for it. We got to work with what we got. So... 1970, Nigerian Civil War officially ended after 2.5 years of fighting when the Republic of Biafra disbanded and joined Nigeria.
That's good.
Yep, 32 months, says there. 71, Ashwan High Dam officially opened in Egypt. Now, apparently, there's some countries south of Egypt. Now, the Nile flows north, right? It flows...
I don't know.
I believe so. But there's other countries south of Egypt, because of their dams... They're cutting off water to Egypt.
Well, this is a long time ago.
Well, no, I'm not saying this one, but I'm saying it's a recent thing. I saw something, a video a couple years ago about how Egypt is in an economic war with its southern neighbor.
Water's a powerful thing.
Yeah,
Water's
it absolutely
powerful
is.
Thing. I mean, it's been around.
Water is life.
For forever, fighting over water.
There's a reason why Nestle's trying to monopolize it, and that one former CEO of Nestle straight up said, and I quote, "Water should not be a human right. Look it up yourself."
I just happened to hear today, speaking of water, Iceland has like 20% of the world's natural water. all in ice and everything else.
Yeah.
20% of it.
I bet it has 0% of the world's illegal immigrants, though. Because it's Iceland.
Please move on quick.
Well, speaking
Please move on.
Here we go. 1971, George Harrison released the first solo single, My Sweet Lord, in the UK, tops the charts in 15 countries, and became subject of a copyright infringement lawsuit. 73, U.S. President Richard Nixon suspended all U.S. offensive action in North Vietnam. Citing progresses in peace negotiations, he announced the suspension of all that stuff.
I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
I knew I could do that.
I have to. 1974, expert panel reported 18.5-minute gap in Watergate tape, 5 separate erasers. 5 separate erasures, so not just one massive thing.
Total of 18.5 minutes or whatever,
Yep. 1984, TV sitcom Sunday, Monday, Happy Days, created by Gary Marshall and starring Ron Howard, Henry Winkler, Marion Ross, and Tom Bosley, began an 11-year run on ABC.
Yep.
And that's where the term "jump the shark" comes from. Because that's what they did at the end. They jumped a shark, and that was the end of Happy Days.
No, I never watched it much. I was at that age where I wasn't watching much TV.
But you know the term "jumping the shark," right?
Yeah, I've heard. I don't know what it actually stands for, but that's okay.
But that's literally because the Fonz jumped a shark on his motorcycle. Happy Days, jump the shark. So this is where, here we go. Fonzie jumps the shark. Of course.
There he goes.
I guess it's because they've run out of ideas to make thrills or something, or have the show be entertaining. But that was to my knowledge, that was the last scene of Happy Days.
Okay.
That was it. 1975, Portugal signed an accord for Angola's independence. Actually, I don't mean to lose someone. The Alvor Agreement was signed, ending the Angolan War of Independence and giving Angola independence from Portugal. While that was happening, Space Mountain opened at Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
But also, from our other sources, said opened at Disneyland. So I wonder if they both opened at the same time, or what. So...
Well, it's
Disney
Space
World's
Mountain.
Space Mountain. Now they have a lot of stuff is actually practically everything at Disneyland is at Disney World, and then some because it's bigger. Because Disney World, they have the Matterhorn, they have the log flume, they have this, they have Space Mountain, they have everything, literally everything.
They probably did open the same time.
Probably.
Space Mountain is relatively new compared to the park.
Yeah. 1976, Sarah Jane Moore was sentenced to life for attempting to shoot U.S. President Gerald Ford. 77, Coneheads debuted on Saturday Night Live. And we also have Festac 77, the second World Black and African Festival of Arts and Culture began in Lagos, Nigeria. That sounds like a fun time. 81, pitcher Bob Gibson was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility after a stellar 17-year career. Polls 337 votes from Baseball Writers Association of America.
As he should have. He was one of our greats.
Yep. Bob Gibson. Yep. 81. It's not highlighted here, but there he is. 81, Pope John Paul II. Okay, that's why I'm getting confused. Pope John Paul II received Lech Walesa and Solidarity delegation at the Vatican.
Okay. So you went and saw him.
Okay, no. Remember when I went off on a whole tangent about Lech Walesa being John Paul's actual name?
Oh.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
No, his actual name is Karol Joseph Wojtyła.
Okay.
So Lech Walesa,
he's the Polish leader. Came up out of the.
But John Paul II was Polish too.
Yes.
So that's how I was getting them confused. I knew they both were Polish.
Yeah.
But I just forgot they were two different people. Pope Alicia. He probably would have been a good one too. So, but yeah, okay. So because I was confused when I put this in. I'm just like, are we going to do this again? But no, Pope John Paul II received a delegation from the Polish Trade Union Solidarity at the Vatican led by Lech Walesa.
Yeah.
All right. 1982, Mark Thatcher, son of United Kingdom Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, made his way home after 6 days missing in the Sahara.
Whoa.
Yikes. I was thinking, like, only the wealthy could get themselves stranded in a desert like that. It ain't gonna people like us. Hell no, we ain't
gonna go there. Why don't we go to the Sahara Desert?
We can't afford to go there. 1983, Tom Siles kept a lifesaver intact in his mouth for over 7 hours. Wonder how he did that. A lifesaver, the candy,
Yeah.
Did he just like have a permanent suction of saliva? Because eventually it would just melt.
Yeah. Like, they have dry mouth.
Oh. 84, Martina Narativilova's 54-match winning streak ended when beaten by Hannah Mandlikova. Okay. 7-6, 3-6, 6-4 in the final of the Virginia Slims of California tennis event in Oakland. After loss, Navratilova won next 74 matches for a new record. So not only did she topple, end her winning streak, but she beat it and then some.
Yeah.
That's a pisser.
Yeah.
1985, Tancredo Neves became the first elected president of Brazil in 21 years, but died before taking office.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That reminds me. There was and this was like years ago. I don't remember exactly which year, but this was like, 5, 6, 7, some odd years ago. Maybe even when Mom was alive. It's been a long time. But I remember there was somebody who was elected, I think it was the governor of Washington State. Like, it was a really big position.
Okay.
And, but he was dead before the ballots even went out, and they still went it out, and he won.
He won. Yeah, I remember something like
It's just
that.
like, but what?
Name recognition.
But, I mean, like, in today's world where, like, in some areas the liberals did get Trump off of the ballots, why were there not measures to take somebody who was... Because it's not like they didn't know he was dead. They knew he was dead, but they kept him on the back. Get him off! What the hell? Wild. 86, Montreal's rookie goaltender Patrick Roy recorded his first of 66 career NHL shutouts in the Canadiens' 4-0 win against the Winnipeg Jets at the Forum.
Not as good as the guy with 115 earlier, same day.
Ah, where?
Way up, I don't know.
Way up? Here? Or?
Yeah, no, it's just another goalie.
Oh.
Got his first of 115 shutouts. Don't look it up.
Did I read it? Or?
Yeah, you read it.
Oh, okay.
It's like 30, 40, 50 years early.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to find it.
No.
1987, champion Boston Celtics NBA forward Larry Bird was named Man of the Year by the Sporting News and Athlete of the Year by Associated Press. First time one athlete gained both distinctions.
Yeah.
Larry Bird. Hell of a guy. So he can definitely use some tips with his hairstyle. It kind of looks like a nest, 87 as well, police officer who mistakenly shot and paralyzed an innocent woman in Brixton, UK, was cleared of all criminal charges. I don't know how to feel about that. 88, 19-year-old Indian cricket leg spinner Narendra Hirani
again.
recorded best bowling figures on debut in Test history. Captures 16, 136, and 255-run fourth Test win versus West Indies in Madras. Hirani took 8 wickets in each innings.
Cricket.
Oh, well, you're gonna hate me, because why did I knock these two? 88 Indian cricket wicketkeeper.
Oh, now I am leaving.
No, seriously, I'm trying to figure out why this is highlighted.
Okay.
More stumps 5 West Indian batsmen in 4 Test Madras. World Test record. Okay, that's why. It's a World Test record. So, I mean, there's a reason why these are in here. It's not just for annoying you. I mean, that's part of it, but not the whole cigar there. 88 NFL analyst Jimmy the Greek Snyder made several questionable comments about blacks during a lunchtime interview on CBS's NFL Today. Fired the next day.
Yep. Yeah, his career was over.
Yep. 1990, AT&T experienced long-distance problems due to a computer glitch.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not good. We also have Golden State coach Don Nelson became the second man in NBA history to appear in 1,000 games, both as a player and a coach, joining Lenny Wilkins as the Warriors lost to the Indiana Pacers 144-105.
Yeah. Don Nelson.
Yep.
Played for the Celtics, then later for the, I think he played for the Lakers for a little bit.
Yeah. In a bizarre twist in the NHL, Washington Capitals fired coach Brian Murray, who had been head coach since 1981, replaced him with his brother Terry, who had been coaching in the minors. That's weird.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? 1990 as well, in a shrewd move, Detroit Tigers signed first baseman Cecil Fielder, who spent previous season in Japan, hit 51 homers in this MLB season, and became a premier power hitter for most of the 90s. All right. And I'm looking to see if we have any comments. Does not look like it. 91, Elizabeth II signed letters patent that allowed Australia to institute its own Victoria Cross, the first Commonwealth realm to do so. Yep. And 91, UN's deadline to Iraq to withdraw from Kuwait. They don't. So, preparing the way for the start of the Operation Desert Storm.
Ah, yeah.
Yep. 992, cleaning woman found intimate photos of Sarah Ferguson with U.S. man. That's, I don't know who Sarah Ferguson is.
Why does that sound so? Oh, she was married to one of the princes in England.
Oh, okay.
The brother, he's the younger brother, so he's not in line for the king.
Okay. 992, Supreme Court ruled 5-3 that Joseph Dorte isn't entitled to asylum. Joseph Dorte, that name is incredibly familiar. I think it was a serial killer. Joseph. Oh no, he was IRA.
Oh.
So Irish Republic. Big part of the Troubles and everything.
Yeah.
993, a 7.5 earthquake struck northern Japan, killing 2 people. 94, Dallas Mavericks drop a 140-87 decision to the San Antonio Spurs at Reunion Arena to set an unwanted NBA record with their 17th consecutive home defeats, broke mark of 16 sent by Orlando in 1990. We also have the Hog motorist with 0.51% alcohol in blood, broke Dutch record of 0.47. That's not a record I don't think anybody wants to break.
No.
Because that could kill you. David Rush, hold your horses. 995, Southern Alabama began using new area code of 334, and Western Washington began using new area code of 360. 997, controversial Chicago Bulls forward Dennis Rodman kicked cameraman Eugene Amos in the groin during a game against Minnesota Timberwolves. Ultimately, he had to pay Amos $200,000 settlement and was suspended for 18 games without pay.
Wow.
Now, Dennis Rodman, isn't he the one who renamed himself to Meta World Peace?
No. No, Dennis Rodman's different.
Who was he? The guy with the always bleached hair, weird hair color, or is that somebody else?
Yeah, all the different hair color, tattoos.
Was that Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is Dennis Rodman the guy who's friends with Kim Jong-il?
Yes.
Okay. I'm learning things here. 997, Diana, Princess of Wales, called for an international ban on landmines, angering ministers in the UK.
Yeah, she is big on that going because there's so many kids and stuff with no hands or no foot because they've been mines left, just left there.
And in response, they made her a no body. Well, they killed her off. She was murdered. 997, San Francisco head coach George Seifert announced his resignation after 8 highly successful NFL seasons with the 49ers, winning his coach in team history at 108 to 35, 2 Super Bowl titles. So 108 wins to 35 losses, it looks like.
Pretty good.
We also have Seattle's Sen Perkins tied Jeff Hornacek's NBA single-game record by connecting on 8 straight three-point field goals during Sonics' 122-78 win over visiting Toronto. Seattle also set an NBA steals record with 27.
Hornacek was his name.
Ah, Jeff Hornacek.
Yeah.
Is it not Jeff Dunham?
Dunham.com.
998, Australian schoolboy Ian Thorpe became the youngest ever male to become a world swimming champion when he won the 400-meter freestyle at the age of 15 years, 3 months in Perth. Also won the event at 2001 and 2003 World Championships. Congratulations. 1998, NASA announced John Glenn at the age of 76 may fly in space again.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 999, the Iraq incident. 45 Albanians in the Kosovo village of Rakak were killed by Yugoslav security forces. Moving on up into 2001, we're in the home stretch, people. I know we're almost at an hour in, but we're almost there. 2001, Wikipedia, a free wiki or content encyclopedia, was launched by Jimmy Walls and Larry Sanger.
Oh, okay.
2005, an intense solar flare blasted X-rays across the solar system. We also have ESA's Smart 1 lunar orbiter discovered elements such as calcium, aluminum, silicon, iron, and other surface elements on the moon. 2007, President Ibrahim al-Tikriti, former Iraqi intelligence chief and half-brother of Saddam Hussein, and Awad Hamad al-Bandar, former chief of judge of the Revolutionary Court, were executed by hanging in Iraq. Well, part of it. 2008, Alpha sorority members celebrated their 100th anniversary by donating $1 million to scholarship funds at Howard University in Washington, D.C. So they celebrated by donating $1 million to themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. 2009, Chelsea Sullenberger Sully landed U.S. Airways Flight 1549 on the Hudson River shortly after takeoff from La Guardia Airport in New York City. All passengers and crew survived in what became known as the Miracle on the Hudson.
Did you ever see that movie? A great movie.
I was just going to say, I have got to see that movie.
It's really good.
So, yeah. 2011, Wikipedia, the free internet encyclopedia, turned 10 years old. Okay. 2014, LA Dodgers signed pitcher Clayton Kershaw, the biggest deal in baseball history, a 7-year, $215 million package, averaging $30.7 million per season.
Yeah, Kershaw.
Yeah.
He just, this is last year with the Dodgers. He retired.
Wow. All right. 2015, the Swiss National Bank abandoned the cap on the Swiss franc's value relative to the euro, causing turmoil in international financial markets. They're trying to destroy the economy to make everybody poor. 2016, U.S. Museum of Natural History in Manhattan unveiled the newest exhibit, replica skeleton of a titanosaur dinosaur found in 2010 in Argentina, largest known dinosaur at 70 tons, 30 meters. So you want to see this thing?
They said a replica.
Yeah. Well, there has never been one entire skeleton.
So they had to fill it in.
Well, no, like of any dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like of any dinosaur, if you take every bone ever found of any dinosaur, you will not get one entire full skeleton. There will be a piece missing. You all over the place. So but this is a titanosaur, which I'm a subscriber to the belief that dragons were and are real, and dinosaurs are just taking their bones and putting them together in a different way to be like, oh look, dinosaurs 65 million years ago, blah blah, like all of this science, like atheism stuff. So 2016, the Kenyan army suffered its if they're using fossils and stuff to try to disprove God. So the Kenyan army suffered its worst defeat ever in battle. Al-Shabaab Islamic surgents in El Adi, Somalia, resulting with an estimated 150 Kenyan soldiers killed in one battle.
Oops.
That's the Kenyan army. So 2018, fashion photographers Mario Tessino and Bruce Weber were suspended from magazines including Vogue for allegations of sexual harassment in the New York Times. Okay.
Sounds like some more woke crap to me.
Yeah, I'm going to actually take that off of, I don't care about them. 2018, protests against the current government turned violent in Tunisia, marking the 7th anniversary of the revolution. And there's a whole thing happening over in Iran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2018, U.S. Olympic gold medal gymnast Simone Biles said she is one of more than 130 women sexually abused by former team doctor Larry Nassar.
Oh, that was a mess.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, obviously, most of them, or a percentage is victims, but there has to be some of them that are just straight up lying just to get.
Come on, I don't know.
People want their 5 minutes of fame, and they will step on the throat of every victim they can to get it. 2018, British multinational construction and facilities management services company Crelion went into liquidation, officially, quote, the largest ever trading liquidation in the UK, end quote. 2019, U.S. rapper A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie, what the hell kind of a name is that, topped the U.S. album chart with album Hoodie SCN, selling a record low 823 copies of just digital sales. So topped the record of the worst, it sounds like.
Oh, okay.
So the Razzie Awards or whatever. We also have beginnings of humanity's largest gathering, the Kumbh Mela Hindu Festival, with 15 million people bathing in the joining of Ganges and Yamuna rivers, India. 120 million expected over next 49 days.
Jeez.
Well, now I'm starting to wonder. Well, not wonder. And I'm starting to understand how the Kung Flu exploded in India. Because you have all those people in that river at once, you're going to get some contamination. 2019, Chinese scientists confirmed they have germinated a cotton seed on the moon on board the Shangji 4 lander. Wow. So that means that they're growing stuff in space, like on another, like they grow stuff on the ISS. That's been figured out. We can grow things in a vacuum. Now through that, they've grown something on another world.
Yeah.
That's wild. We also have in 2019, the Alphabet Mafia activists accused the Russian Republic of Chechnya of a new gay purge with 40 detained and 2 killed. Well, maybe if you stop going after kids, 2019, plastic will outweigh fish in the world's ocean by 2050, according to Robert by the World Economic Forum. That sounds like bogus. So
we got a big mess out there.
Yeah, but not as big as they're trying to make it seem. So there is a problem.
Yeah.
But don't forget, these people have been pushing that fossil fuels will end by 1939. There actually are articles saying that fossil fuels will end
run out
in 1939. So these people, they've just been after the same crap over and over and over again. 2019, Theresa May's Brexit deal with the EU was rejected by United Kingdom Parliament with 432 votes to 202, largest parliamentary defeat in its democratic era. We had a lot of stuff happening in 2019.
Yeah.
Witnesses in El Chapo trial claimed former Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto accepted $100 million bribe from the drug cartel head. Well, of course. They're all in cahoots together. 1 year later, 2020, the Japanese Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare confirmed the first case of Kung Flu in Japan. It's spreading. 1 year later, we have a 6.2 magnitude earthquake in Indonesia's island of Sulawesi, killed at least 42 with hundreds injured. And we have 105 dead, 3,369 injured according to our other source. So that's a massive discrepancy right there. 2022, oil spill at La Palma refinery off Peruvian coast after waves from the Torreon eruption caused almost 12,000 barrels to leak into the sea. Yikes.
Not good.
Yep. 2022, underwater volcano Hunga Tunga Hunga Ha'ape violently erupted with a 20-kilometer ash plume, sending tsunami over nearby Tonga with shockwaves heard in New Zealand. Why can't I talk? I'm having a stroke.
This thing was underwater.
Yeah, shockwaves heard.
Yeah,
though.
But it had a plume too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could have been just 20 feet under the water.
Yeah.
So. I thought I was about to summon like King Kalamekaka, Hunga Tonga Hunga Halababa, it sounds like a chant here. 2023, Lakers LeBron James surpassed 38,000 NBA career points, joining only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 113-112 loss to Philadelphia 76ers at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. We also have Mexico brought into force the world's strictest anti-smoking laws, banning smoking in public areas such as beaches and parks. We also have Donald Trump in 2024 overwhelmingly won the Iowa Republican caucus, first voting in U.S. presidential primaries, with Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley second and third. We also have English singer Elton John won an Emmy Award for the television special Elton John Farewell from Dodger Stadium, completing his EGOT, winning of all 4 major American entertainment awards. That's impressive. A lot has been happening on this day. Like this, it just doesn't stop. Joel Embiid tied Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record with his 16th straight game with 30 or more points and 10-plus rebounds in a win over the Houston Rockets. We have we have like 5 more. At least 100 people last year were thought to have died from starvation in a crackdown on illegal mining at the Stilfontein mine in South Africa, with 166 rescued. Daniel Chapo, the new head of the Frelimo Party, was sworn in as president of Mozambique, extending the party's rule to 49 years after months of protests. I wonder if he's related to El Chapo. His last name was Guzman, though. But,
I doubt it.
Yeah. 2024 Gaza war, Israel-Hamas ceasefire agreement was announced, including a hostage swap and allowing international aid to Gaza to end the 15-month conflict. Took effect January 19th. iSpace and Firefly Aerospace launched their missions to the moon aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral. Included is art project of a little red model of a Swedish house. Okay? And last but not least, the last article, finally. South Korea's suspended president Yoon Suk Yeol was arrested after a weeks-long standoff at his presidential compound in Seoul. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any links that you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. I did find my base script, but I'm not going to read all that. I'm just going to say, for all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, and until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, because we stream almost every day, or try to get a show every day. We will get a show out every day, but we stream at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Whatever that is for your, time zone, you can look it up on the Google or Ecosia. I recommend Ecosia. But until next time, whatever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every